everyone, this is Miri from Miri's View channel. So today I'm going to read my essay from high school that got me to Ivy Leagues and MIT. So when I got to MIT, I actually was able to speak with the admission officer who actually read my application. So she told me that my essays really popped up. So I assume that means that my essays were quite standing out, I guess. So I just wanted to share my essays with you guys. My main essay though was a letter to my dad. So I started out as like, "Dear Dad," and blah blah blah. That really genuinely explains how I grew up and what impacted me as who I am today. But I can't really reveal that essay today. I'm not confident enough because that really involves a lot of my personal stories. But if I'm confident in the future, I'll reveal. So I'll be revealing my other two essays. One is about my travel over from Korea to US and how I adjusted and what kind of hardships that I went through. I know it can be a very jaded topic, but it really depends how you phrase it, and I really couldn't exclude it because it really shaped me as who I am today. And the second essay is about flute. I did flute many years, and that was one of the strengths that I had. So here it is. Wriggling tiny bodies of 7-year-olds surround me, knocking my pride off its feet. Clutching my book with my sweaty hands, I shut my eyes to their insatiable curiosity. Next, the MC summons me. Faces follow me as I step onto the podium. My body feels naked, and my arms jerk from the weight of a single book. In front of all these little kids, I stammer. Jack closed his eyes as the treehouse started to spin. No, I can't do it. The sentence scatters and the podium has become the small chair in which I am sitting. The MC and the children in front of me are now a printed picture on the pamphlet that reads, "Dramatic Reading Recital for Children." Why should I? Infuriated questions linger in my head. I fling the flyer and trample it onto the floor. Life is bitter, very bitter. When I decided to fly across the Pacific as a 7th grader, I only dreamt about opportunities for my successful future. I assumed everything would fit smoothly into its place and flow as naturally as a downhill river to its destination. But in reality, I have to be the designer of my life, even as a 7th grader. I have to lay my steps, one by one, to overcome my language and cultural barriers. No other advantages had come on my way because I was young. Reality treated me like a grown-up pioneer. I picked up my reading quiz from The Outsiders with its cruel red sneer of an F, an image of me in the bathroom during lunch hour, a script that I prepared to start a little conversation with my American friends, a sour laugh. They all fill my head, but I stand up. I flatten the crumpled pamphlet with all my strength, tape it on the wall, and open the Magic Treehouse. To me, this book is not my bedtime story. It is my textbook, my silent manual for a second alphabet, second language, and second culture. Until I can receive equal and greater opportunities in America, this book will help me savor my bitter yet sweet life. Dear God, please let my tongue dance in English. With the help of the 20-point font, I pick up the electronic translator and begin to work. Page by page, I nail the definition, synonyms, and usage of every word. Chapter by chapter, I read out loud to cement the narrative flow and hammer out the clear pronunciation. Just like the two main characters, Jack and Annie, I have moved into an unfamiliar land and become an explorer. I can solve the mystery of my new culture, achieve my goal to be a doer, not a dreamer, and discover my own magic treehouse. Next, the MC summons me. Inhaling deeply, I rise from the crowd of little bodies. My heart palpitates, but my legs confidently carry me to the podium. I trust my trained eyes and ears, and the road I have chosen to take in the United States. Holding up the Magic Treehouse, I look straight into their insatiable curiosity. I read slowly but loudly, not fluently but clearly. Tomorrow, Annie, we will climb up to the treehouse again. My reading period comes to an end with perfect timing. Yeah, so as you can tell, first I would just want to grab everyone's attention by saying like wriggling tiny bodies of 7-year-olds around me, knocking my pride off its feet, just trying to make that crisis right up front. And what I tried to do throughout the essay was really having a similar environment from in the intro and in the conclusion, but resulting in a different conclusion. I really wanted to try to include the frustration I had at that time because, I actually picked up the pamphlet called Dramatic Reading Recital for Children, and obviously I couldn't attend because I couldn't speak a word of English, whereas I really wanted to. So that was like a discouraging moment, so I included it in that essay. And in the middle school, when I first came to America, I read a book called The Outsiders, and it's a very thick, difficult book, and I just wasn't able to just understand. I was trying to use my electronic translator, but I just couldn't get it. So I asked my teacher, and my teacher gave me the Magic Treehouse. It's like a very thin book about Jack and Annie traveling everywhere with Magic Treehouse. I read that while other people read The Outsider, and I felt a bit shameful, but that's what it helped, and that's where I started when I was 14. So I just included that story, what was really challenging to me and how I overcame it, and why it ended up in a different conclusion in my life. So in the second essay, in the dark, I am running up the stairs to the balcony. My heart pumps in accelerando, and my legs move in senza misura. I see the lit stage and my empty chair, and frantically search for the marked spot for my solo here in the balcony. I almost trip over someone's bag, breaking this condemnatory silence. I cannot apologize, not yet, because this will be the most unique solo concert anyone has ever watched. Showtime. The lark in the clear air. Flute. This one word still melts my heart. Back when I was little dumpling, playing my instrument was just one of many obligations. No more, no less. I called my flute the Silver Broom 2000 and stuck it between my legs while jumping off the couch, exclaiming, "Abracadabra!" How fitting that this broom landed with me in the United States. Among the adversity and solitude, she taught me ways to release my stress and creativity to express who I really was. Through her, I learned to immerse myself in a sea of passion and to push against the wall of impossibility. Gradually, she shaped me into a brave artist. As I emerged from the dim corner of the balcony, I transformed into the lark. Passive looks on the audience's faces glide into notes of curiosity, while a gleam of light embraces my solo and my body. Gently laying down all my cultural and financial difficulties, I focus solely on my love for music. The story of a lark interweaves with my own, filling it with joy and pain and passion and yearning, and with freedom, it connects to the audience's hearts and voices. Do you see my wings, a lark flying across the Pacific? Do you hear my voice, a song about my journey? Every phrase sings at a different side of the balcony. In a few land on the first floor, each a different color. With the conductor's delicate control of flow, this choreography maps out its own unique personality, just as my life has. As a brave artist, I now shape my identity through my flute. With her, I do more than reading the black notes on a sheet of music. I deliver stories and introduce the person who I am. I still call her Silver Broom 2000, but this time, she will fly me towards my goals and others' dreams. She will define who I am and release my emotions, my stories, motivations, encouragement, to me and to those who hunger for music, to those with helpless and lonely hearts. She will be their companion and warm their hearts and transform their lives, just as she has done to mine. Flute, this one word still melts my heart. With subtlety, the last note slides off my body, my lips, my flute. Delicately and gently, I let it go among the crowd. I let it fly away, let it sing higher up in the perfectly blue sky. I meet the conductor's eyes, full of spirit and satisfaction. In the light, I meet the audience's eyes, now understanding. From the blue sky, the lark, with its silver feathers, smoothly glides down and softly lands on the stage. There, a girl stands, her chest soaring up and down, a proud smile on her face. Finale. What I wanted to include here was that because it was about an essay about the music, I tried to include the musical words like accelerando, senza misura, finale, etc. and try to place it where it fit. And I was trying to say that, okay, originally flute was just something that I do because my parents told me to do. But after I came to America, during that hardships, flute really helped me. That's why I put more time and effort into flute. And that's how I became as a person today. And that was my motivation in flute. So I wanted to kind of describe that throughout the essay. And especially what I wanted to emphasize here was that in the beginning, when I was standing up in the balcony trying to do the solo, people were like, okay, like, why is she here? Keep looking at me like this. They stand up applause in the end because obviously I was a soloist. So I would try to allude that story into when I first came to the United States, everyone was just looking at me like curiosity, but people really accept me as who I am today. So I wanted to kind of allude the story to mine. So I included some tips. For first one, you want to build a basic foundation of a story, like exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So you want to kind of frame that story in a way that reader feels like resolution after reading your essay. Second is that really choose 2 or 3 strengths of yours and then spread it across the essay, or pick certain essay to really emphasize your strength. So don't try to emphasize everything about you, but just pick 2 or 3 so that you can kind of expose that throughout your essay. And 3, entice the reader. So you don't want to lose readers' attention because probably college admissions, they're probably going to read like thousands and thousands of essays. So you want to grab their attention. So think about how you can make your story fascinating from the beginning. And fourth, obviously grammar check and proofread by others, because my musical essay originally was very all over the place. So you want to kind of proofread by others if it makes sense. Last but not least, so colleges are looking forward to very forward-looking and the potential of you in the essay. So try to include many aspects that shows how much impact that you can make to the college and why college needs you, so that college can read your essay and can imagine you in their own school. So this was the end of my essay video. Read a lot of essays of others, and hopefully this video also helped you. And thank you for watching this video. And if this video was helpful, please like and comment and subscribe. Bye bye!